Okay.
Let's just begin, Sabrina, and then with the recording, the people that are not here today, they can watch it later.
No problem. So first of all, thank you very much for joining this meeting. My name is okay, just adding the new person. My name is Sabrina Elali, and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager here at Bipea. And I'm the person who can help you if you have some issue, any question related to your participation in the proficiency test. I'm just going to invite directly some people. Maybe they forget this meeting up. And that's it. Okay. So the meeting today is recorded. So after the meeting, I will send you the link, maybe if you want to review some points. The purpose of this meeting is just to give you more information about our member area platform, how it works, what you should do when you get the sample, and the main information you have to take into account for a good participation. Last year you started with Bipea, the first PT program, I guess. It was in June, and for some people it's new and some other not. So let's start with a short presentation. Okay, so I'm gonna just to share my screen. Okay. Soup. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay. So this year we decided with Jacob to organize another PT program for this year. And I just want to make a short recap about the objective of this proficiency test. So proficiency tests have many objectives, but one of them, which is more important, which is to assess and demonstrate the technical competence of laboratories. So by participating in Bipea proficiency test or proficiency test in general, you will be able to demonstrate your performance, your analytical performance. So it permits to evaluate the accuracy of the test. You can calibrate some machine. You can identify a potential methodological measurement issue. So for example, when you join the PT and you have some wrong result, it will be highlighted, and then you have to make some corrective action to solve it. Some laboratories use it to get accreditation for ISO 17025, but in general, it's just a continuous improvement for your laboratory performance. So the benefits are the same. So it will help to measure your quality and traceability, to train some staff, to calibrate equipment, to evaluate your performance, to apply for some accreditation. And what we decided with Jacob for this year, you will receive one proficiency test in June And at the same time, you will receive one reference material which corresponds to the past sample of November 2025. So at the end of May, we will send one sample, one batch of sample, which is 3 samples for the PT program. So you will receive wet draft, barley, and fit for fish. And this is for the proficiency test. So you have to make the test within a specific deadline. Okay. And then at the same moment, you will receive also a sample as reference material, which is a past proficiency test, which is poultry meal from November 2025. Okay, so in total, you will get 4 samples. Please do not mix the 3 samples of the PT program, which is very important to keep to enter the good result in the good form. I will just make a demonstration later on the member area platform. So before receiving the sample, so we have to confirm with you that the addresses, phone number, contact person are good in our database, because when we send the sample from our offices, the carrier needs to contact you by phone to make the delivery. So I will just show you later in the member area platform where you have to check your contact detail, but this information is important. Our samples are sent according DAP Incoterm. That means in some countries outside of European Union, you have to take care about the customs clearance. Okay. From some country, for example, Brazil or Argentina, you have to communicate some specific number, which is tax identification number of your company. And normally you should already get your credential, but if you forget it, I will show you just to reset your password. When you receive your sample, it is important to remember that our samples are sent without any document, okay, except the transportation document, okay. But when you get the packet, you open the packet and there is only the sample. Please do not delete the packet of the sample, because you will have a specific reference and you have to take this reference, to note this reference in your form. So when you receive the sample, you have to log in the member area platform, perform your analysis, and then you can submit your result. We recommend you to analyze the sample upon reception, but if, for example, you receive it maybe later, or if you don't have time to analyze them, you can store the samples. You will have some information about, you can just tell us if there is specific requirement, but in general, for samples that are in room temperature, you just have to close them at room temperature, okay? And if the sample you get are non-compliant or altered, for example, broken, or if the customs, for example, open the packet, you have to contact us immediately, because we will send you a replacement, okay? Then the list of parameters which is in the form is fixed, so you cannot add parameters. However, you are not obliged to perform all the analysis mentioned in the form. Then the result must be submitted exclusively via the Bipea platform, so the member area. We cannot accept result by email. And there is a specific deadline. I will just show you after. But this deadline is based on the French local time. For example, if you are in Argentina or in Brazil, and the deadline is the end of June, for example, the 13th of June, you have to consider that it is 13th of June in France, not in Brazil. Okay, so when you enter your result, you have to indicate the date of this in which you received the sample code, and then your result. I would like also to inform you that you have to pay attention to the decimal and units it is mentioned in the form, but I will show you how it appears in the member area platform. But if you don't put if you put specific characters, sometimes it will you will be outside. Your result will not be taken into account for the calculation of the assigned value. Then you have to save the form and submit your result. Now I just want to show you directly in the member area platform. So when you get your sample, you can go on the Bipea website, okay, bipea.org, and then you click on member area. You choose English languages, for example. If you forget your password, you just have to click on forget my password. You put your email address and you send it. Then you will receive an email to reset your password. When you are logged in the member area platform, it looks like this. And you will have to go directly in the My Schedule and Form section. So in this section, you will have the form listed in a table. For example, in my account, I have the form for the PT feed of April 2026, and I have 2 samples. Okay. Here are the shipping date, and here are the deadline to submit your results. So the deadline is based on French hour. That means the 10th of May at midnight, the form will be closed. Okay. So when I get my sample, I open the form. Here I have some instruction. Okay. And then in this section, I have to insert the 5 last digits mentioned in my sample. That's why I ask you to not delete the packet. You take the packet of the sample, you enter the last 4 digits. For example, I put this, okay. And you mention the date on which your sample have been delivered. For example, the 10th of April. And the deadline is May 10, the 10th of May at this time. Okay. This is very important because we cannot open the form after this date. Then you will have a list of all parameters. But as I said to you, you are not obliged to analyze all of them. You can select it in a list. For example, if I do ashes, calcium, and copper, I will fill in only the 3 parameters. For raw ashes, I selected my method and I put my result. You can see there is an orange box, okay? That means we need one figure, one digit after the comma. For example, 10.4, okay? If you put 7, sorry. If you put 786, the last digit will not be in the report. Okay, so it is important just to pay attention to the number of digits after the comma of the point. Okay, and then for example, okay, in this example I have only one method, but for example calcium, I can submit several results for one parameters. Okay, for example for calcium, I said for the ISO method, I take this one, and then for this one, I choose check. Okay, one moment. I think someone is trying to connect. Ah, okay. And then for the other methods, I can put. Oops. Okay. Okay, for example, I enter the result for calcium and 3 meters. Which is very important is to tick only one box for the calculation of the SAN value. For example, you will submit 3 results, but for Bipea, we will take into consideration only one for the calculation of the SAN value. In your individual picture report, you will have 3 lines because you submit 3 results, okay? But for the global calculation of the statistics, we will take only one into account. So you have to tell us which one you want to be in the global PT report. And this is the same, okay? Then, which is very important at this stage, you have to enter your name and you have to click on the red button to save and transmit your result. You can only save it, but if you don't submit the result, we cannot evaluate your performance, okay? So I save and transmit. And to confirm, be careful, results have not been recorded. Okay, please select at least one result user. Okay, I did not select it, sorry. On refait, hashtag check. Okay, okay, I tick this one. I forget to tick. And this one, I take only this one, and we take, for example, okay. So I have my name and save and submit. Normally it should be okay. Okay. When you have, I'm sorry, some people are joining. Okay. When you have a green information like this, that means you will submitted your result. You have a transaction number, and then you received by email a confirmation of submission. Okay, and when you open the PDF, you can see the results you submitted. Okay, it opened all the form, but here I have my results. Okay, this is a confirmation that we receive your result. If you don't get this information, that means there is a problem. Okay, and then you can see the status of the form. It was in red because I did not submit the result, and when I submitted the result, now it's green. Okay, so if you forget to submit your result, you will receive a reminder 5 days before the deadline and 3 days before the deadline. Okay, so when you log your member area platform, your form should be in green. If they are not in green, that means we don't have your result. Okay, so this is for the form. Do you have some question regarding this section?
Yes, so that means that we will have one confirmation email per sample.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you receive 3 confirmation email. Exactly. Anyway, if you during the process of submitting your results, you have some issue, here we have a self-service, which can make some short meeting, video meeting, just to understand what is the problem, and we can help you to solve your problem. Okay, but only one thing: do not wait the last day to submit your result, because sometimes for some people it's new and you can face some issue. Okay, so do not wait the last time to submit your result. Then I just gonna show you what you will get as information. Okay, okay, let me just After after you submit your result, the deadline pass, the result will be in red. That means you cannot submit anymore your result, okay? For finished test, for example. You see, you have a red notification that it's too late, we can do nothing, okay? When we get your result, we will make a statistical treatment, and then we will publish a proficiency testing report. We will publish 2 reports. So you will receive an email with 2 links, one containing your individual result and one containing the global result of all the proficiency tests. Okay. When you click on PTS result, you will have different sections. In this one, for example, you will be able to download all your PT report. For example, you select the annual series, the program you are interested in, for example, you display. Here you have the result, the form you submitted. For example, if I open this PDF, I can see that for my lab, I submitted all these results. Okay, it's the form that you filled in. Then you see there is 2 columns. One blue one is for my result and the black one is a global PTS result. The blue columns indicate only your result. So here you will have a summary of your results in PDF or Excel sheet, as you like, okay? And this one is a very, how we say? It's a summary of a PTS. So this one is for September 2025. You will have the list of parameters, the assigned value, and here in blue is your result. To understand, it's very easy. The result in black are correct. The result in orange or pink or red are not correct. If I open another one, maybe you can see. Okay. This one is good also. So this is a short summary of your performance. Okay, this is good also. Anyway, then individual PT reports show it's yes, it's a complete report regarding only your results. In this document, which is important, is your performance in times. Let me just open it. Okay. It's a bit long. Anyway, I will show you another one here. Tac, RCI l'anonymité. Okay, it looks like this. I'm just looking for one in English. This one maybe. Yes. So you will have the details of the program for your laboratory. Here you have a summary of your satisfactory result, questionable result, unsatisfactory, and not assessed. Okay, so it's a short summary. And then Oh mince, c'est pas ici, sorry. And then after, okay. Okay, you have the uncertainties of measurement, but it concerns more the environment proficiency test. But for each parameters, you will have an accuracy monitoring chart showing your performance in the proficiency test. So more you participate in Bipea proficiency test, and more this card will be filled in. So for Biomar, the first round was last year. So when you will open your PT report for this year, you will see the first point corresponding of last year PT program. So you can follow your accuracy. And we do this for all the parameters you send your result. At the end of the individual PT report, you will get a certificate of participation. Yes, certificate of participation, which show exactly the performance of your laboratory. Yes, which show this table. Okay. Maybe it téléchargement. Yes, okay. So for example, in this case, we have 28 satisfactory results, 1 questionable, 6 unsatisfactory, and 1 and 1, and 6 not assessed. And at the end of the PT, the report, you will have a certification of participation with your performance. Okay, and then in the black column, you will have a global PT report. Okay, you will have a global PT report. You can open it in PDF or Excel, but in the PDF format, you will have more details about how we manufacture the sample, how we calculate the statistical value. Sometimes you will get some comments from our chairman of the PT, chairperson comment. Sometimes the chairperson inform about a specific problem or method or issue, and you can get this information here. Okay, so in this report, it's very, very easy to understand. So there is many pages because it's a big program, but you just have to look. Here you have the abbreviation of the parameters. For example, this is water. You have the assigned value, for example, and then the same like in your individual PT report, all the results in black are correct, all the results in pink or orange or red, sometimes we have red color, are not correct. For example, red color means an incoherence. That means this is an error, okay? But what you have to identify your edition code. You know, the first column, it's called edition code. It's the identification of the laboratory, okay? To get this code, you have to go in your member area platform, okay? You click on my organization, my edition code and certificates, and here you will get your edition code, okay? This edition code is valid for 1 year, 1 annual series, and when you open the global PT report, you have to search for your edition code. So for example, if my edition code is this one, my result is not correct for these parameters. So we make some histogram, table of result, and then after that you will have histogram. Et ben, ils sont où les graphes? Okay. After the table of result, we have some histogram that show by method the results and the performance per laboratory. For example, here we can see that half of the laboratory use the blue method, which is the method ISO, and the green method, which is I think it's European Community. Okay, the assigned value is this one, and all the laboratory between min and max are correct, and all the laboratory outside are incorrect. This histogram is important because sometimes the laboratory wants to evaluate some methods, or they want to validate method. For example, here we have different method, and you can see quickly if a method is robust or not. Okay. We have also the Z-score. Okay. Example. And we do that for all the parameters. So in your individual PT report, you will have only your result. So you can, okay, you can pass it in the group, for example, if you want to compare your result with the others. But in this global PT report, you will have the result of all the participants, and the PT13. I think there is maybe 200 participants in the world. Okay, so let's continue. In the section PT results, so I I highlighted all the columns. So individual PT report, global PT report. Okay, and then there is another section which is new. This section by default is made on questionable and unsatisfactory results. That means if you want to have a quick look on your unsatisfactory result only, you selected the program you are interested in, you check unsatisfactory, and you can see quickly for which program, which parameters you have unsatisfactory results. And then you can download again your PT report. This permits to laboratory to see quickly which action they have to take from some parameters. Okay. Then analytical, this is an accuracy monitoring chart. You know, in the individual PT report, we see that there is an accuracy monitoring chart. In this section, you can download any accuracy monitoring chart you want without opening at every day the individual PT report. For example, I can, if I want to open, I don't know, this accuracy monitoring chart, I can generate here. This is an annual report, but it's more dedicated for laboratory who make maybe annual program proficiency tests. Okay, so we count how many parameters you analyzed this year, and we calculate an average satisfactory result, unsatisfactory result, and questionable result. And you can open PDF or Excel. You can make some export. Okay, just an average performance regarding your proficiency test. And then the last section we developed is, for example, you can make an Excel sheet about your participation since your first time. For example, if I take from May 2025 until July 2026. You will get an Excel sheet of all your results, but you can do that after receiving your result. Okay. It's just an export Excel that show the your performance. I take this one, for example. Okay, so here you have the name of the program, the date you selected, the sample, the parameters, the assigned value here. This is the general statistics of the test. And then you have your result, your Z-score, and your performance by parameters. And then you can do your internal process for the quality after. Okay, this is for the section PTS result. So I think you may focus on these two sections, okay? Here you can get your edition code, but to input your result, you have to log in here, and to check your PT report, you just have to log in here, okay? Then here you have some other information, which is general information regarding Bipea. We offer a wide range of reference material, so you can check here the stock of reference material, and you can open the statistical result. Then in the other section here, you can check all the PTS available in Bipea if you want to join all the proficiency tests. And here, there's two sections. We have some experts that make some specific works, which are for free for our member. So you can download, sorry, this is not this one. You can download or see some study, how to make a control chart, how to make, how to estimate measurement uncertainties. There's are PDF guides to explain you how to process in your laboratory. And there are some studies made with some experts regarding some matter. For example, this is in water, this is more general information, okay? I think I finished the presentation of the member area platform. Do you have some question, or do you want me to re-explain some items?
No, for me it's okay.
Thank you.
I have a few comments.
Yes.
General comments. So we're getting 4 samples, and 3 of these samples are part of the ring test, as you explained in the beginning. So the 4th sample, the poultry meal sample, is not part of this process of adding data into the platform. That's a reference sample that is entirely assessed internally.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you are coming to that point where you add results, you will not see the poultry meal in the platform. So you only have to add results into the Excel sheet that I have shared, and then you just send it to me, and that will finalize the process for that sample. But for the rest, it goes into the platform as Sabrina has explained.
And do not hesitate really to contact us if you have some question or issue, because we are here to help you, okay? The objective is to facilitate your proficiency test, and there is no difficulty. You have to consider our sample like yours, what you do in routine analysis. So that's why we will send the sample without document, and we don't get new specific instruction. You have to consider the sample as a classic sample. Okay.
Another comment. So in Biomar, we have defined some methods that we want to check, both internally, but also, of course, with the global participants that are joining this ring test. But there are also parameters in the platform that we do not consider, at least from a global perspective within Biomar. But that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to analyze it for other parameters. So could be if you have a lab that you use routinely for a parameter that's available in the Bipea platform, you can send it for analysis, or if you have an internal method, you can do that and plug the data into the platform before the time runs out, and you will get an assessment on those parameters as well, even though it's not a focus point globally within Biomar. It could maybe give you some valuable information while we are doing this, while you have the sample available.
Exactly. And for you, Jacob, maybe if you have a maybe specific method, you have maybe to check with Colin, my colleague from the scientific department, if you want to add them in the list. Because sometimes we can add new methods for some participants, and it will be more easy. Or sometimes you have a box which is written other methods. They just have to tick this box, other method, write, I don't know, Biomar or specific method, and then you can compare all the results for this method.
Yeah, I think maybe we have to do something in that regard. It was a little bit difficult last year with the fat analysis to ensure that all the factories chose the same method in the list. So if we can make maybe a Biomar something that's selectable for the factories, that could make it maybe a little bit easier. Yeah, we also have quite a few new people replacing other people for the different labs. So I think, Sabrina, you and I have to just verify the different contact information, if that's correct, so that we can get the new people onboarded in the platform, and then they can make their own password, as you mentioned.
Exactly. I just forget to just show you one thing. It's about the addresses and the contact person. So when you are here in the member area platform, you just have to click on My Organization, My Addresses. This is important to check the delivery address, what we call PTS manager, the person who is responsible for the proficiency test and invoicing, but invoicing it's okay. And then your contact. Here you have some contacts. You just have to check if the contacts are good or wrong. If they are wrong, you get deleted, or if you can contact us directly to update your account. And that's it. Okay. So if you don't have more question, maybe we can, I will send you maybe an email with a record of this meeting and my contact detail for some people who want to contact me. And yes, it is maybe important to update the contact before the shipping date, because we have to send the information maybe 1 week before at least. Okay, so I have to check with you directly, Jacob, or should I contact them one by one?
No, let's just do it, you and I, and then get the emails sent out, and then they can confirm it individually afterwards.
Okay, that's good to me. Perfect. Okay. So if you don't have more question, thank you very much. By the way, hablo un poquito español también. Si quieres que hagamos explicaciones en español, lo podemos hacer. Thank you very much for this meeting. I'm here if you need some help, and I hope you will join a good proficiency test with us.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks.
That was very good.
Thank you very
Sabrina.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 See ya.